Even the quarterback I was competing with, Bo Adams, it made it real comfortable, and it was like it made it laid back. So it was definitely easy, and I think that's why we had some success last year.
There's a lot of expectations because of your last name. What was that like for you, just kind of going through all that?
I mean, obviously it's a big last name, but I had to keep it more about the team. Winning the team over was my biggest goal to get the starting job.
What did you see that kind of caught your eye, and as far as things that you saw that you liked, and maybe things that you want to work on going into this year?
Well, I liked my ability to escape the pocket, and I thought I was pretty accurate last year. But this year, I just want to work on arm strength and getting bigger, and I want to run more.
Do you want to be ranked as a dual threat? Do you want to be the first Manning dual threat quarterback in the family?
Yeah, maybe that'd be pretty cool. And I credit all that to those flag football days where you run around. Yes, sir.
But what goes into the behind the scenes and how productive you are on Friday nights?
Well, I think we made the most out of quarantine. We stayed busy, got on the weight room a lot. We ran, we threw, and a lot of stops at Bayou Hot Wings and Smoothie King. So I think we made the most out of it. Yes, sir.
What's it like, dealing with so many great offensive minds as you kind of go out each Friday?
Well, this whole off season, I Zoomed with Stu during quarantine, and then I went up to Mobile and worked out with David Morris about 3 times. So then I like the off season. You really get ready for the season, and you feel comfortable during the season. You don't regret anything. And then obviously during the season, Peyton will come down for a game. We'll talk after the game. He'll give me some advice, what we think there. And then my dad gives me advice after every game. And then my grandfather, Archie, he basically tells me everything like every day. He gives me a text, motivational text, and then 4 games he just says have fun, and that's what I do. And it's really simple when it comes to that.
What are some of the goals that you're starting to set for yourself as a sophomore now in your second year leading this offense?
Well, this year we're going to have some more weapons, so we're going to be able to spread the ball around a lot, not force it to Jermaine every play. But yeah, so we have 2 stud outside receivers, and A.J. Johnson and Mekhi Donaldson, and then we have about 3 slots that are good: Chris Hunter, Pike Philibert, and John Charbonnet, who are all reliable. And we have a real good tight end in Will Randall, and then obviously our running back who does the dirty work in pass blocking. So I think our offense will be explosive, and hopefully with Corona people can come in and watch.
How much different is it from last year having to win a job to going in? Like now everyone knows your QB1. You could take more of a leadership role. Like how have you kind of embraced that kind of role on this team now?
It's definitely a lot easier. Now you can get your guys, go throw a lot more. You can kind of be more in demand, and I like that a lot. That's what I pick up a lot from Peyton, and he's just field general, and so I've definitely tried to pick up that role more this year, even as a sophomore, and I like it a lot. Yes, sir. And you can even tell Peyton's like that just from being with him at lunch. It's just the way he goes about it's his personality, and I really look up to that, and I like the way he goes about it.
What other kind of things do you see and try to incorporate into your game?
Well, I think I'm the most like my grandfather, the way I play. You know, he could scramble around, stretch the field, and I really like the way he played. And from Peyton's perspective, I like the way he can control a field, and it was kind of his system. And I really like how I can connect with Coach Stu. We go over everything, Zooms, film, plays, everything, and I like that a lot. Yes, sir.
Like, what is the football conversation like on Sundays in the Manning house?
Well, now that Eli and Peyton are both retired, I guess I'm a full-on Saints fan now, so that'll be fun. And Sundays are just, you know, relaxing, just watch football, eat a lot, and that's really about it, just like most families.
Down the line, when you start looking at stuff, you know, how many factors are going to be on the table for you guys? Because I heard the obviously interview about coaches and quarterback depth chart, which is obviously all necessary and important stuff. At what point are you guys going to dive in and start looking at different things?
Yeah, well, like you said, there's a lot that goes into it, and I think coaches, quarterbacks, I mean, it's really just the best fit, and that's what everyone says, and we're not getting into that.
Here he goes! A mobile Manning! That doesn't look like his uncle's one bit. Arch Manning all the way for a Newman touchdown, 60 yards!
Break down this from an evaluation standpoint. Let's talk about Arch Manning. How good is this kid? I mean, I know he's high school. I mean, you're going to college. We're going to see what you got. He's a Manning.
Certainly, as a young guy, he's going to get stronger. He's going to get some of that grown man strength in addition to the weight room strength that I think is going to make his arm even more explosive. There's nothing but limitless potential for Arch Manning.
Manning forced out of the pocket. Arch throws to the end zone. It's caught. Arch Manning delivers, and it's a Newman touchdown.
Quarterback play is so much mental, and there's so much nuance reading defenses. And I think Arch Manning's built-in advantage is that, A, he loves football, he's dedicated to it, and he's going to have the mental aspect of the game mastered.
Takes it himself into the end zone. Arch Manning.
Arch is going to try to live up to the legacy of his uncles and his grandfather. Each of them finished in the top 3 in Heisman voting in their senior season, and all 3 were either the first or second pick in their respective NFL draft.
Just about everyone's in the spread offense, everyone's in shotgun, and they're throwing the ball more. So that's one advantage I would say Arch has over Peyton and Eli, that their offense is a little more pass-oriented. And the other thing, he got to play as a freshman. That was a huge thing for him.
When you look at a guy like Arch Manning, whose uncles are Eli and Peyton, he's coming up. He's going through things different, and grandfather is Archie Manning. He's going through things differently than those guys have done. Think about how the game has transcended since those two have even played. So they're teaching him one-on-one things from 2 different quarterback perspectives, and you add the grandfather, 3 quarterback perspectives.
Here's Manning rolling right. Arch floats it to Randall for a Newman touchdown.
It's like somebody from the Manning family certainly spit him out because of the mechanics. When I watch his drops, delivery of the ball, I'm sitting there and I'm saying to myself, is that one of those 2 kids that just went back in time and played the position? Because he does. He certainly looks like one of them at the quarterback spot.
Perfect throw from Arch Manning. First throw of the night, and it's right on the money.
There's a lot of pressure on this kid, man. There really is. And he's going to a program that needs a lot of help and has not been able to get out its own way. So it's going to be really interesting to see. But you know this, man. The Mannings are the Mannings.
Yep.
And pressure just kind of rolls off their shoulders.
I don't think you can overstate the importance of it. The symbol of Arch Manning's commitment may be more important than the commitment itself, because it is the #1 player in the country and football's #1 family in the country, putting their faith in Steve Sarkisian after a shaky year 1.
So what Arch Manning does is gives them a building block for SEC competitiveness.
This has been the most fun year yet. It's always fun playing with your lifetime classmates.
Lifetime classmates making lifetime memories. Arch Manning has certainly been memorable up to this point, leading the Greenies to a 7-1 mark, throwing for close to 1,900 yards, 30 touchdowns, and 0 interceptions.
I think this year, more importantly, I think the offense has grown a lot. I've been seeing the field a lot better.
The offense has grown, and so has Manning in his final season. His head coach, Nelson Stewart, says the biggest leap Arch has made, mechanics and arm strength.
I mean, you'll see he's 6'5", 220, and I mean, he can throw it anywhere. And he had in his quick release, you know, he's really tough to stop.
I'm trying to really perfect each thing. Obviously, football is an imperfect game, but really try to get better at each thing every day, whether it's footwork, accuracy.
Footwork, accuracy, and arm strength, things we know about Arch, but there's an underrated part to his game.
I think I'd like to say that I can run a little bit more than maybe my uncles, but I credit that to my grandfather and my dad. They were some good athletes, and even my mom.
So earlier this season, Arch became the school's all-time leader in passing yards and touchdowns in the same game, breaking the records held by his uncles Eli and Peyton Manning. Now, as great as those records are, he is thinking about something much greater, as in winning this program's first ever state championship. He has a state championship in basketball, but he wants to bring that state title home to football.
Over the middle.
After losing to Lafayette Christian in the semis in back-to-back years.
It can't all fall on his shoulders. I used to have played with Peyton. You know, one guy really can't do it. So I think everybody's got to go around him.
It'd be really special to be the first one, be the first senior class to do it, and that's what we're striving for.
And once it's over at Newman, Arch will enroll at Texas in January.
I hadn't really sunk in yet, but my mom doesn't want me to go, so just enjoying these last few days I have here at school and just really soaking in with my friends. It's been a great ride.
Sharif Ishak, WDSU News.
Experience has been.
Yeah, I've really enjoyed my high school athletic career and just really being a high school student. Newman's got a great community. I've been here, 12 and a half years. It's been an awesome experience, and I'm going to miss it for sure.
Did you ever get tired of the media attention?
A little bit. I think everyone does after a little bit, especially just with the recruiting process. But I think I'm really grateful for the way my family handled it. I think they grounded me the whole time, and just I was excited it's over, and now I'm excited to get to college.
You tweeted it, and then you went into hiding. Mm-hmm. Was that your plan all along?
Yeah, I mean, I kind of knew maybe a day before my dad said, let's just do it right now. What's the point of waiting? It was been a long wait before that, so we did it. And I think we took a trip to the Bahamas, relaxed, and then got into some summer football.
So when you told Coach Sarkisian, his reaction was?
Yeah, he was fired up. But that wasn't the most stressful part of the day. The most stressful part was telling the other coaches. That's always a hard thing to do, and I'm grateful for all of them. But I'm excited to get to Texas. I think they were fired up. I was fired up, so I'm just grateful for this opportunity with all these people.
What do you consider the definition of success moving forward, Arch?
Yeah, I mean, obviously, I'm focused on success, having success on and off the field, but I really want to enjoy each moment, not get caught up in all the attention, stuff like that. I just want to enjoy each day, make a lot of friends, and have a fun time along this journey.
I think I can safely say that your dad and your uncles both enjoyed, all three of them enjoyed their college experience. Did they tell you that?
Yes, sir, yeah. My family's been great about giving me advice, and obviously they've done it the right way, and they enjoyed college, and that's what I'm going to try and do.
What did grandfather tell you?
He always kind of reminds me just to be a good guy. Obviously, we're a big football family, and I want to play well, and I'm sure they want me to play well, but being a good guy matters first, and it's not all just about football.
You were very complimentary of your father. Mm-hmm. I know he took that to heart. He liked that a lot.
Yes, sir. Yeah, he's been there for me the whole time, taught me everything I know. He's given me all the confidence in the world. He's my biggest supporter, and that's the least I can do is repay it back right there.
He said you've been packed for 2 weeks.
Yeah, that's why I'm in these kind of casual clothes. I didn't have anything out in my room, but I'm excited. I'm ready to go. I can't wait to get to Austin.
So is the room empty?
The room is empty right now. There's a bunch of old trophies and paintings, but the room's empty. My brother's got a year and a half at home. I feel bad for my parents.
Thank you, buddy.
Thank you.
Appreciate you. Okay,
Appreciate
man.
everything.
The reason for the ovation here and the stumble is because Arch Manning has just made his Texas debut. He hadn't played all year. The fans have been waiting for this, and he's finally in the game. He hands it off on his first snap to Savion Red. They blow it dead at the 49. Arch Manning, true freshman from New Orleans, 18 years old, the highest rated Texas signee since Vince Young back in 2001. Dad Cooper, uncles Peyton and Eli. And when Quinn Ewers got hurt, Malik Murphy started a couple games. They were up big in one of those games, and Arch didn't get in. Everybody's been waiting for this. Hands off for Red. I mean, that might have been the loudest ovation of the night. And this crowd's been going wild all game.
Yes, they have. A lot of excitement with Arch Manning here on the 40 acres. I mean, just obviously the pedigree, the last name. What I find the most fascinating, everybody you talk to around Texas say he's as humble a young man as you'll find anywhere. Tireless worker, everything you're looking for the potential future leader of this program. He's got it all.
There's his first college pass, or no, going to take off. The crowd goes nuts as he slides. I mean, to your point, Dusty, we had a veteran Texas player tell us early in the season that Arch Manning came up to him and said, hey, can I just carry your stuff? I don't want special treatment. I want to be treated like a freshman. I want to do all those things to earn the respect of my veteran teammates.
He just wanted to get a chance to throw it, Dave.
There it is. Manning getting out of trouble, keeping it, staying in bounds, and now scooting out of play. Gain of about 12, third and goal.
And you see the athleticism Tom was just documenting and talking about. Evades the rusher coming off the end.
I feel better that I'm still alive based on after all the threats to being tossed out of the booth. Manning, oh boy, there's the arm talent on display, completing it to Cook. And Jonte Cook, a fellow true freshman alongside Manning with a nice run.
Wow. Talented quarterback to talented wide receiver. That's true freshman to true freshman. I like how Jonte Cook just sits down, waits. On the move, Arch Manning identifies him, and the speed in the open field, very real for Jonte Cook.
For being one step closer to the first Big 12 championship in 14 years and still being in position, play for the national championship. They got a conversion with Manning throwing it on target to Kane.
Nice clean pocket for Arch Manning. Some cushion out there on the outside for Kane, and a strike from Arch Manning for the conversion.
And he's got a strong 40-second play clock depending on what happens here. Texas obviously taking it down as far as it can. Weisner on the cutback inside the 5, dives for the end zone. Touchdown, Texas.